Well, a slightly different venue tonight, which is Doha's Grand Hyatt, who have been very good to us over the months that we've been here. So, at the back end of a weekend when we've seen Manchester United win at Louis van Gaal for the first time, Liverpool beaten at home a little surprisingly perhaps, Arsenal and Manchester City taking a share of the spoils. One way and the other, once again it's been quite a weekend, with one match to come of course. We shouldn't forget Hull play West Ham live on our Monday Night Football here on beIN Sports on Monday evening. But what did you make of Manchester United against Queen's Park Rangers? Are we able to make any serious conclusions from what we've seen?
Only what I said to you the other day. I think that if I was a United fan with the signings, I'd be really excited. I think there are exciting times ahead. I think what we saw today is a little example of what we'll get probably in a lot of games at Old Trafford when they go in against the lesser lights. They'll beat them, and they'll beat them comfortably because they've got a fantastic array of talented attacking footballers. The true test for Manchester United in the future will be against the big boys in this league, and whether they can defend as well as they can attack. I suspect they can't right now, but that doesn't mean to say they won't as the season goes on. But I saw a team that I said to you 2 weeks ago when we did the Burnley game, and you said, what about United? I said, nothing for me, flat, no continuity, didn't see anything like that. Well, today I saw combination play that I hadn't seen in the last 3 games from United that excited people, excited United fans, and led to a certain amount of goals. So I think positive signs for United, good times ahead for them, but I still think that my prediction of them finishing 4th might be a bit right.
Gianfranco, somebody answer that please. Gianfranco Zola's with us this weekend and is of the opinion that Manchester United might not necessarily finish ahead of Manchester City, but all of a sudden have got a really good chance of finishing ahead of City. Do you agree?
Listen, let's not get carried away about beating QPR 4-0. After all, Spurs beat them 4-0 a couple of weeks ago, so that doesn't mean to say that Spurs are going to win the title either. Listen, they've got some great players, Richard. I've said it before, and I think if you're a United fan, you'll soon forget about last season because your team are going to score lots of goals. They really are. They might be involved in a lot of high-scoring games because I think at the moment they'll concede a few. Even today, against a very poor, in my opinion, Queen's Park Rangers, they could have conceded 2 or 3. So, as I've said, not bad, but you know, not championship winning side for me. What will happen in the winter, in the January transfer window, we don't know. What will happen next summer, I don't know. But I said to you, I don't think they'll be long before they're up there in the position to win the league again. And from what I've seen with the signings and the performance today, they're on the way, but they're still a little bit short.
Has Brendan Rodgers learned a lesson this weekend, and that is that you just need to be careful how you shuffle the pack. If you're missing one of your aces, don't voluntarily leave the other one out.
Yes, I think Brendan's going to have to learn. He doesn't know it all. He may think he does because he sat on the bench with Jose Mourinho as a scout and watched a lot of Champions League games. But that's much different from being your own boss and having to pick your teams. I wouldn't have arrested Sterling. I think it was wrong to arrest him. The guy's flying. I know he played for England, but that doesn't matter. He's 19 years of age. I've been 19. I know what it's like. I was playing in this league at 19. So I know what it feels like. And did I want to rest? No, I didn't. I wanted to play every minute of football I could. And I think if I was him, he made a mistake. Raheem Sterling is 19 years of age. He does not need resting. There will come a time this season when he might have to drop him out for a couple of weeks, miss 1 game, so that would give him a 2-week break, just to recharge his batteries. It's not at the beginning of September. So I think he made a big mistake there. He had a couple of injuries that cost him as well, but if he's trying to say to his team, we can coast against some of these Premier League sides because we've got Europe, then they're going to suffer both ways. They really are.
Arsenal and Manchester City, what did we see? A poor City who should have closed the game out when they had the opportunity. A battling Arsenal, perhaps a little different to that which we came to expect last year. What actually can we draw as a conclusion from what we saw at the Emirates?
I think what we saw were 2 teams who will, in my opinion, finish in the top 4. So that should tell you everything about that. We saw a high quality football match. I agree with Arsene Wenger when he said that. It was a game of high quality. It was a game where, in which I thought both teams would go and attack and try and win the game. They did. I learned a bit from Arsenal. They went 1 down, but they were good enough and mentally strong enough to come back into the game and take the lead. At 2-1, I thought they were a little naive. They have a little Achilles heel at the moment. They've conceded 6 goals this season, 4 of them from headers, 3 of them from set plays. So they have a problem there, which they're going to have to address. So I think what we saw were 2 teams, in my opinion, who will still be there at the end. I feel City are the stronger. I think they've got more to choose from. I don't know if Danny Welbeck's the solution to Giroud's absence. I think he's a good player, Danny Welbeck. I don't think he's a great player.
I think the difference was summed up in the first half, wasn't it? Welbeck misses a really good opportunity. Aguero gets the same sort of chance and scores. But on that subject, briefly, Chelsea and your man Diego Costa, there's no stopping him, is there? For the first time in the history of the Premier League, a forward has got 7 goals from his opening 4 matches. If anybody was going to do that sort of thing, it was him, wasn't it?
Listen, I said to you before the season started, this is a lad who, he may not look as silky as Thierry Henry, he may not be as gifted as Eric Cantona, but if you want someone to score goals and you want someone to know where the goal is, who's untaught, what I mean is he hasn't been coached how to be a centre forward. What he does and what I saw at the weekend comes naturally. He just knows where to go, he knows where to be. No one can teach you that. I was ever so confident the Premier League was made for him. I thought he's perfectly built, he's got an aggression, durability, a hunger, a desire. He's come up the hard way, it's not been easy for him, so he appreciates everything he's ever achieved. And I just think 7 goals in 4 games, that's already more goals this season in the Premier League than Fernando Torres got in the whole of last season. So that tells you what his impact's been like. I love him. I think he'll be top goal scorer, and if he carries on the way he is, he'll be top goal scorer before Christmas.
Stay with us. We'll be filing, as you know, the regulars every Sunday night. Truth is, we're out about relaxing with our friends from Guardian Wealth.
We are.
And I think more liquid refreshment required.
Oh no, just one more thing. Well done, Villa.